full name is Laura Shepherd, and I've been a revert Muslim sister since 2022. Astaghfirullah, what I'm going to say, but I used to smoke weed on a regular. Friday nights, Saturday nights, out with my girls, drinking, smoking, partying. My husband was a revert as well, so had this beautiful love to give to people, to help people, to support people, which made me then interested in why. Book that I read was, I think it's called a book called The Brief Illustration to Islam, and it had scientific fact and it was linked to the Quran. Why wait? You can die tomorrow, and dying tomorrow without actually taking that step, it's a massive thing. So my real full name is Laura Shepherd, and I like to be called Sister Mina, and I've been a revert Muslim sister since 2022, September 2022. So yeah, it's just come up to 2 years soon, inshallah. I was baptised as a Christian. When I was very young, I used to go to church with my auntie every Sunday, every now and then. But my lifestyle was basically live it to the fullest. So I stuck for laugh, what I'm going to say, but I used to smoke weed on a regular. Friday nights, Saturday nights, out with my girls, drinking, smoking, partying, having that kind of lifestyle, and then on a Sunday going to church. So it kind of like, I could say from the examples that I saw, it wasn't nothing to me that I needed to change myself on what I saw of my auntie and family members, if that made sense. So when I used to see people on the street dressed up in their abayas and in their dress wear, I wouldn't question it. I would just be thinking to myself, strange, that's a bit. But I wouldn't be interested or intrigued to find out why. Around 2022, when 2 years before that, my mum passed away, and my husband's mum passed away in 2021. But my husband was a revert as well, but he wasn't practicing. And it was his ways and how he was, because I was attracted to a kind of thuggish kind of roadman, but he was that, but he always so had this beautiful love to give to people, to help people, to support people, which made me then interested in why. Because not a lot of the other people I know that are on the road or doing this and do that behave like that. So when I asked him, was when he then expressed to me, it's the love of Islam. We used to go out clubbing, for example, and then on the way back, hungry, go get a 2 o'clock in the morning McDonald's. Then he saw a homeless person and he was asking for money and food, and my husband told him to come along and he got him a meal. And I was like, why? What's the point in doing that? Why do that? And he's like, why not? Is that what's the point in us when we can help someone that is in need? What's the point in that? And it made me actually love him more for who he was in doing that, but also made me want to be able to learn more about Islam, because he mentioned to me that that's one of the fundamental things as a Muslim brother, as a Muslim sister, what we represent, to be able to give. And then I think the first book that I read was, I think it's called a book called The Brief Illustration to Islam, and it had scientific facts as well as, and it was linked to the Quran, which made me understand Islam on a deeper level. Then I started to read the Quran. It's so much more than just a culture and just a religion. It's a way of life for me. And I think I was needing and urging to change my way of life and the way I was living, more so because I lost my mum, and more so because of me actually reflecting on myself as an individual and how I was behaving. The first thing I saw was my husband's ways, then reading up about the science, and then also understanding, for example, why we cover up as Muslim sisters. That was beautiful to me. especially where I was a girl. It was always my nails, my eyelashes, hair needs to be on fleek, always showing a little bit of skin, the tightest jeans. So craving that affection, that attention from others made me understand that, no, the only attention that I should be craving and wanting is from my husband. The way how I dress now and represent myself now, I love the fact that the first thing that people see when they look at me is I'm a Muslim sister, knowing that me putting my hijab and my abaya, I can walk down the supermarket and another sister say, "Assalamu sister." That was beautiful. That's the most attention that I crave for now than someone on the street hollering at me because I look good.
The work of supporting new Muslims continues year-round, and you can be part of it. Over the past 5 years, Ira has been blessed at being able to introduce Islam to more than 400,000 people. These individuals need our constant support as they navigate their new faith. Your contribution of £50 to support one new Muslim gives them essential guidance and support. Click the link below, share the video, and let's go back to that interview, shall we?
But then the day that I came here, when after I spoke to Sister Alia, who is the founder of this centre, she was like, "You're ready." She goes, "What are you waiting for?" I said, I'm just scared that I don't want to take this step and my ways of living have not changed yet. So I'm still smoking, I'm still doing this. She goes, "Listen, all in your time. As long as you feel in your heart and you know in your heart how you feel, why wait? You can die tomorrow, and dying tomorrow without actually taking that step is a massive thing." So my life of rebirth started right here. When I took my shahada, had my little certificate, I don't know how to explain it. I felt like a rebirth. A weight had been lifted off my shoulder. I felt free. Even though sisters around and they hugged me, "Oh, mashallah, welcome to the family." I felt welcomed. I felt loved. And this is the thing about Revert to Reality, this centre. You don't have to act a certain way. You can be your true self. And whether you're wearing a hijab or not wearing a hijab, you're on your journey, and everyone's journey is different. My husband was working away, so I just sent him a picture of the certificate, and he called me, he goes, baby, you took your shahada? And I was like, "Oh, mashallah." And he started to cry, and he was like, "Oh, that's so beautiful. I wanted to be there to see." I was like, "Nah, do you know what? This is my journey that I wanted to do by myself, and I'm happy that I can share it with you now." And he was just, he felt amazing to know, because now we need to go and get married like in an Islamic way. And so it was just beautiful to know we're both in sync. Because my family kind of knew who he was. They were happy to a degree because they didn't have nothing negative to say about him, but they weren't happy at the fact that I had turned Muslim. It was hard for me to get over and to change was the lifestyle that I lived, where going out partying and smoking was a big thing for me to cut off. And the friends that I had, I actually had to just cut off all my friends. My dad doesn't live in London, alhamdulillah. He lives in Nottingham. So when I was able to tell him that, he's an old school Jamaican, still yardie, still smokes, still does what he does. And I knew the conversation was going to be hard. I knew him taking it was going to be hard. So I wanted to just declare my change in my life and for you to hear me and understand me. And as I picked that phone up, we had a conversation. I was like, "Dad, I was going to let you know there's some things to change different in my life now." "What's it now?" And I said, "Well, I'm a Muslim sister now." "What do you mean you're Muslim?" I said, I've reverted to Islam." "What? You go and bomb up the place? So what? The man making do this?" I said, "No, Dad, it's got nothing to do with no man. You're being very ignorant, yeah?" I said, "You're just going by what you hear and by what you see." I said, "But it just shows as a big man how little you know about the world." And then, "Well, when I touch you," I said, "Don't talk to me then." I said, "You know what, Dad? Poor thing on you, because you know and I know I've lost mum 2 years ago. You're the only parent I have in my life right now. So if you want to make that decision not to talk to me based on the way I choose to live my life, so be it. Because I'm pretty sure that there's certain choices you made in your life that your mum and also my mum's mum didn't agree with. In 2023, Ramadan 2023 was my first Ramadan. And every evening in my prayers, I said dua and pray to Allah that my dad will understand my way of life, understand my choices to be a Muslim sister. And I think they do say the last 10 days is the most powerful. So when the last 10 days of Ramadan come and he called me, he said he's got someone for me to talk to, and I was like, it's probably just a brother or a sister or something. This man come on the phone and he said, Assalamu alaikum, sister. And I said, wa alaikum salam. And I was thinking, who's this? And he said, I just want to say I'm your dad's friend. And he's so proud of the changes that you made in your life. And I choked. I literally started to cry. Sister, you okay? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I said, it's just so beautiful to hear that, because he would never tell me that. But to hear it coming from his friend, who is also a Muslim brother, I respect that of you and of him. He says, sister, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because inshallah, your dad will come around the right way. Islam is such a beautiful religion that if you don't know it and you're just going by what you hear and what you see, it's like poison to anybody else that is the not knowing or not. Do you know what I mean? The more you learn about it, you understand, you're like, wow, it's actually beautiful. As Muslims, I think we need to, especially for reverts, to try and be more open and supportive to reverts, because it's difficult. Alhamdulillah for choosing me, saving me from the disruptive life that I could have continued to be living, letting me open my eyes to real reality and not allowing social media, TV to poison myself into the norm, I feel like to call it.